Hey friends, it's nice to see you again. I feel like that's old. Do I need a new intro? Hey skanks! No, that's a joke. Hi, welcome to the channel. That also sounds dumb. Why does everything sound dumb? I really have no clue how to start this video or how to properly talk. I haven't really filmed videos where I'm just exclusively talking in such a long time, so I'm just gonna take another sip of my drink. So recently I've been thinking a lot about how I've grown and changed as a person in the last couple of years, kind of growing up in a way. For a really long time of my life I had PTSD, and after like a little over a year of very intense therapy, I'm finally PTSD free. I mean, you'll never truly be PTSD free, but it just made me think about how we change and kind of evolve as people. For some reason, I always really believed that there would just be a moment in my life where just a flip would be switched and I would be completely different, kind of like those, coming of age or like transformation movies that you would watch as a kid, where like the main character takes off her glasses and wears a fancy outfit and suddenly everybody loves her. And now I look back on the past like year or two and I realized that that never happened. And then it made me think about how we always strive to be our true selves. I feel like that's a really big topic of discussion in like modern society, where people take out like a gap year and go on a fucking, I don't know, travel to Asia to find out who they really are. And people just, I don't know, do so many things to try and find out who they are. I don't think there is just a sudden moment in life when you realize who you really are. Like, I don't think if you go to Asia, I don't think like somewhere on a fucking mountain in Asia you have like a freaking epiphany and suddenly you know who you are. Everything in life influences you into being the person that you are right now. It feels like people really have this tendency to put themselves in boxes, like with your gender, with your romantic interests, with your style, your clothing style. Like, there are so many like micro tiny boxes that we want to put ourselves in. I feel like a lot of people, myself included, try out all these different like micro trends or like tiny little aesthetics, and we hope when we dress a certain way or when we express ourselves in a certain way, we will look in the mirror and find to see ourselves finally for who we truly are. And I feel like that is a curse, because literally right now, look in your mirror. That is who you truly are, because there is no 2 days when you're exactly the same person. There's literally 1,000 different versions of yourself. I really feel like in this day and age we are striving to find this perfect version of ourselves, when we as human beings are constantly changing. Everything around us is constantly changing. Literally the only thing that's certain about life is change and death, but we're not going to talk about death today. I think it's absurd that we still strive and we still look forward to and work on ourselves just to become this romanticized perfect version of ourselves, when for me, I really thought I've been in therapy for like over a year now, and at the start of my therapy I really thought, okay, I'm gonna become, when I'm done, I want to be this and this person. And right now I'm that person, but I'm still not satisfied with who I am as a person. And I think it would be such a shame just to stay this way if I have this desire in myself to change. So why are we so focused on finding out who we truly are and looking for who we truly are, when I think deep down in your heart you already know who you are? You're just scared of showing it to the outside world and expressing yourself in that way. And that's why we really tend to like experiment with who we are, and that's great because that's the way you find yourself. But is it really necessary to put yourself in a teeny tiny box? Who you really are changes with time, because of course in life you're influenced by the people around you, by your surroundings, by what you want and who you want to be. It's like you don't have to stop looking for who you really are, because that's the way you grow and change as a person, but you shouldn't expect to become that person, because when you become that person, you always realize that maybe you want to be different and maybe you want to change yourself again, and that's kind of the journey of life. And I don't think trying to put ourselves in boxes will help. Like for me personally, for the longest time, I just like my school outfit literally always was baggy pants and an oversized shirt or hoodie, and I was just wearing whatever I was comfortable with. I was very anxiety ridden at the time, and then at some point one of my friends came up to me and she was like, "Oh my god, your style is so consistent, I love it, you really are like skate grunge or something." And ever since then I had put myself in that box kind of, because I was really insecure, so I kept just dressing that way. And at some point I wanted to change my style and I wanted to wear more girly stuff because I was getting more confident in who I was and my body at the time. Like deep down somewhere I had this kind of nagging that was like, yeah, but it's not consistent with your style if you wear other things or if you dress differently. And I feel like that happens in life just at a bigger scale, where we as people put ourselves in a box and we have a hard time getting out of there, even if we're unhappy with who we are in the box. And I feel like there's such a big desire within society to, one, put ourselves in a box, like style-wise, gender-wise, whatever-wise. And then there's also this really big desire to be authentic, and I don't think those two things can live next to each other in peace because it's kind of like a constant fight. Even I have this, and it's just crazy to me that we all strive to be this perfect version of ourselves when there is no one perfect version of yourself. Every day you wake up a different person than you were the day before. There's days where I feel more masculine or more feminine or more colorful in my attire or whatever. And I mean, sometimes I have long hair, sometimes I have short hair, sometimes I wear makeup, sometimes I don't. And these are like the tiny, small little examples. But if I wear makeup one day and I don't the other, or if I wear a really colorful outfit or a really extra outfit and the next day I'm wearing my pajamas, does that mean one day I am less myself than the day before just because it's farther away from who I truly am? There's not gonna be a day where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're suddenly changed. This change is gonna be gradual and it's gonna take a long time, but in the end, you will be the best version of yourself. You will be your true self because you already are. I feel like I'm not really making sense anymore, so I'm just gonna end this by saying there is no more perfect, more true version of yourself than the person you are right at this moment. And that counts for every time you doubt who you are and who you want to be in life. And I think that if you listen to your gut and if you listen to yourself really closely, then you'll know who you are and who you want to be. And just know that there's 1,000 versions of yourself you haven't been yet. 1,000 yous you still get to meet, and they're all equally as true to you as who you are right now. I really enjoyed making this and venting to a camera for like half an hour. So I just really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you again next time. So yeah, bye!